Hello everybody, it's Serafina and I'm here with your daily tarot insight. So before we begin, I would like to call upon the spirit of the universe that loves us unconditionally. I would like to call upon the spirits of this land, of this island, and of this ocean, and I thank them for their healing presence and for their ancient wisdom. And I would like to call upon my guides, my ancestors, my team of light, my higher self, and my archangels. And I thank them for their presence and guidance with this collective reading. What guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Knight of Wands. I like to call the Knight of Wands the creative visionary. What further guidance is there for the collective right now? We have the Fool. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And it says prudence. I like that word. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Seven of Swords. And what is this all about? What is this all about? We have the Prince of Wands. Okay, so let's continue with Archangel Gabriel. We have one that flipped over. It says classes, learning and teaching are part of your higher calling, but I'm going to keep on shuffling to pick one. What further guidance is there for the collective right now? Prosperity, your actions have resulted in incoming abundance. I feel that these specific two messages is like somebody needed to hear them. Like somebody, maybe not all of you, right? That's the thing about collective readings. Collective readings, like they go picking up on who is actually watching them and who's tuning into them. So not all messages are going to resonate with you, even though it is for the collective, right? So sometimes there's specific little messages for people. What further guidance is there for the collective? Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Definitely so, yeah, with the Knight of Wands, he would not hold back. We have one that's popping out. We have Lord Ganesha, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support is incoming. So already we have two cards regarding abundance and prosperity. What card? Well, let's pick one from Ganesha. Dear Lord Ganesha, what further messages do you have for the collective today? Inner knowing. So I feel like reading from this one. Number 17. Within each of us lies our intuitive knowing. Motivation and ideas are present, yet untapped in this space within us. The spark of the divine waits patiently for us to tune in and retrieve our guidance. This is a time of soul searching. You are in the phase of introspection where you're drawing your attention and focus inward and looking for guidance within. You have a strong need to understand, not just on the surface level, but also really know why things are unfolding in the manner that they are. You now have access to the inner knowing that the truth and acceptance you seek is within you. This is a perfect time to take a step back from your day-to-day and deeply contemplate your motivations, personal principles, and values. Seek the truth. So it's funny, I'm laughing because I think it's been all of this week that we have had some sort of message of taking a step back, to motivate, to contemplate, to reframe, to sit in meditation, right? There's something about us reevaluating our path. Okay, so, oh no, I want to pick one more card from this deck. What further guidance is there for the collective? guidance is there for the collective? How beautiful. Look at that. An egg, like, it's like they're like sitting on an egg, not sitting, but you know, they're like warming the egg, let's say, and again, the notion of third eye again, right? Okay, so we're starting off with the Knight of Wands. As I said, this is the card of the creative visionary. He is highly motivated, enthusiastic, courageous. He likes to take risks. On the negative side of the Knight of Wands, it can be temperamental and maybe too much in the fluctuations of his emotions. He can have outbursts. He can be, as I said, temperamental, right? So what I'm interpreting from this reading, right, is just kind of like us tapping into that masculine side of ourselves that wants to charge through. Maybe there's something that's going on in your life that you're like, yeah, that's the direction I want to take. And I'm going to be the creative visionary and charge towards it, and like disregarding what other people have to tell me. Why am I saying that? Because we have the Fool. Again, the Fool does not worry about what other people think about him. He is the Fool, right? He's the jester. So not only is it a card of new beginnings, of trusting the universe, of, you know, setting off on our new path with low expectations, right? I feel that the Knight of Wands is somebody who would have low expectations, and not because he doesn't think much of it, just because he's impulsive, and impulsive in a good way, let's say. So the Fool and the Knight of Wands have this courageousness to them, this you know, they're risk takers, right? So I feel that that's maybe a state that a lot of us are in right now, or that is wanting to kind of like move through us right now. It could be something related to work. We have the Eight of Pentacles, right? So it's somebody working diligently on something specific, maybe even taking time to retreat to work on what you're working towards. However, I love this particular card because it's called Prudence. And so if you see, you have leaves that are coming over these flowers, right? So what is prudence? It's somebody who's astute, right? Somebody who knows the worth of their flowers, of their labor. And so they take time to protect it with these leaves, protect it from the sun, protect it from other insects that may come, right? So it's about this notion, and it says Sun in Virgo, interestingly enough. And we're going to be entering Virgo next week. So I feel that the Eight of Pentacles here is saying, yeah, you're the creative visionary. There are excellent things that are happening. You can charge towards them. Just careful with your fire. You don't burn things around you, right? Because there's definitely a new beginning at hand. And maybe it's important to not be so concerned about the validation of other people around you. You know, even if you consider yourself to be a rebel or to, you know, walk the sidelines of society, sometimes we're still looking around ourselves to see if people are accepting of what we do. So I just feel like this message is coming in of just like allow yourself to completely be the Fool, in the sense of having this emotional freedom, right? Of not being like a prison to how others may perceive you. Because there is a need to kind of like protect these gems that you have, to protect whatever it is that you've been working on for a while. This is a card that says futility. The Seven of Swords is a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but it can also be the card of us not voicing ourselves or kind of like tiptoeing around things. So you know what? I even want to pull a clarification card for this one. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Why is the Seven of Swords here? We have the Magus, right? So the Magus is really good with his power, of manifestation. He's able to bring whatever he wants into the world, right? So having the Magus clarify the Seven of Swords, I do feel that we're kind of like tiptoeing our own, how do I put it? We're tiptoeing around our own ability to manifest what it is that we want, right? It's kind of like we're selling ourselves short in order to be able to fit in, to seem digestible to other people. Digestible, that's a good word. And we're finishing off with the Prince of Wands, right? The Prince of Wands is all about enthusiasm, right? If you notice, he's riding this lion on a chariot and he has his heart open, right? He has his heart open, and fire represents passion and creativity. So I really feel that this Prince of Wands, he's just coming with so much courage and enthusiasm towards something. So it's interesting that we're starting off with the Knight of Wands and we're finishing off with the Prince of Wands, right? And through all of this, we know we're going through a new beginning. We're working towards something. There may be us maybe selling ourselves short or kind of like belittling ourselves in order to seem digestible towards others. But the message is just continue going, even though, you know, things aren't clear, right? We have the world, the card of show the world the real you, which is the full moon in Aquarius, right? So we're still talking about this Leo Aquarius axis, right? And you know, Leo is all about recognizing that there's enough space for all of us to be our full potential, and that there's no need to compete, whether it be for attention or for, you know, knowledge, whatever. There's enough space for everybody to be sovereign, to be powerful, to be beautiful, right? So show the world the real you. Stop eclipsing your light. Stop making yourself digestible for other people, because you definitely have something to teach other people, or you could be learning things about yourself in order to help your personal development. I feel that whatever it is that we're working on regarding the Eight of Pentacles, it's gonna bring us some abundance, or a lot of abundance for some of us, right? And you know, Ganesha comes to remind us of the importance of taking time to step back. And what I also sense from this card is like saying, you already know what this is. Like, you already know how important it is for you to be able to continue on this creative, passionate path, right? Trust in the new beginnings. You don't have to know what everything is, how everything is going to play out, how everything is going to unfold. Stop making yourself smaller than what you actually are. Show the world the real you, and always spend time going inward, checking in with yourself. What is my intention? What is my intention for doing this? Because there's something big. There's something big that we are gestating within us, right? It's kind of like, and look at how this ripples out behind, right? From the third eye. So it's, again, it's about inner knowing. Some of us maybe are doubting our intuition, or our intuition is grabbing a lot more strength. So I think the message here is just like, just trust yourself. Trust yourself a lot more. And even if sometimes your intuition may be wrong, it's always good to be able to track back and be like, oh, okay, now I know what type of messages are actually the ones that are coming from my inner knowing or from my logical mind, right? Okay, so to finish, I would like to pick a card from, let's do the White Light Oracle. What final guidance is there for the collective today? What final guidance is there for the collective today? We have Cupio Dissolvi, number 2, if you have this deck. So you can see a woman and she's kind of like dissolving into things, and you can see this light coming from her heart space. Let's read and see what the message is. It is time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and is leading you on a soul healing journey and the right spiritual path. Spirit wants to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go and allow it to happen. Events are unfolding according to a higher plan. Even if your plans are going awry, know that all will come together in the right time in the best way possible. Surrender your struggle and hold on to your faith. You do not need to be in control in order to be safe, to have things work out in the best possible way. This oracle brings you a message from Spirit. There is a problem in your life that seems very real and substantial, yet if you approach it from a more mystical perspective, desiring spiritual connection and healing, that issue can dissolve. As we forgive and enter the temple of the heart, we can see the beautiful vision that is now possible. Feelings of euphoria may awaken. So basically, you know, if there's anything that's been on your mind a lot, some issue that needs resolution, is saying it's time to let go and things are working out in their own way. We don't need to micromanage things right now. And, you know, it's just really going back to the state of inner knowing. There is abundance around you. Just make sure you're showing the world your real self, that you're coming from a place of like true intention and passion and creativity. You're not eclipsing your light back, because there's a new beginning for us. Okay, everybody, I hope that this was useful to you. If it was, I'm going to ask you to please comment on what resonated. Maybe even share the video if you feel that there's a message here for somebody else. And I will be back with you next week. Bye.